Today's video is sponsored by Forever Pick. Each guitar pick is handmade by luthier Robert S. Paul in Chicago, Illinois. Enjoy a rainbow of tone when you take advantage of 25% off by clicking the link in today's show notes.
I started a joke which started the whole world crying.
Well, just don't come back for this particular joke and then you'll be fine.
Hello everybody, Brad the Guitologist here. Video you're about to see is likely to shock and confuse you about as much as it shocked and confused me. The other day I looked out my front window, I was sitting on my couch playing with my daughter, and I noticed a couple of SUVs pulled up in front of my driveway and kind of hemmed it in, and a couple of guys jumped out and started walking toward my door with no visible identification on them. And I'm just kind of wondering to myself, what the hell's this? Because it looked to me like it was almost threatening in a way, especially the way that they pulled, you know, they kind of hemmed in the driveway. I thought that was really odd. So I go to the door and I kind of holler out, "Can I help you guys?" And one of the guys flips up a little flap on his jacket and reveals a sheriff badge. So he proceeds to tell me that the two gentlemen that are with him are from the FBI, and they proceed to tell me that they're checking up on me because they got a complaint about something that happened on my YouTube channel. So at this point I asked to see ID from the FBI. They show me their ID. I kind of see it from afar, but I assume it's all legit and they are indeed from the FBI. So at this point, I kind of wondered to myself aloud, why am I not filming this? You guys don't mind if I film this, do you? And they looked at me and said, "No, don't film this." Both of them did, both of the FBI agents. So I kind of said, you know what, this is my property. You're at my house. I'm going to film this. And kind of laughed and chuckled to myself. I said, "Hang on, I'll be right back." So I come in the house, which is odd, given the fact that they're here to investigate a complaint that could actually be fairly serious, as you'll see in just a moment. But that's kind of beside the point. The fact is they did let me come back inside the house. I did get my camera, so I go back out. And what follows next is what I was able to pick up with my camera. Check it out. Okay, now I apologize. These two fellows are from the FBI, is that right? Mm-hmm. May I see your IDs one more time? Sirs?
You can't videotape their IDs.
I can't. Oh, that's right.
No.
That makes sense. But you are from the FBI, correct? You won't say you're from the FBI. Yeah.
So anyway, unless you want to put your stuff out there.
Oh, I don't care. It's interesting to me that you would actually follow up on a joke. May I see again the joke that was followed up on here, please? This one.
At the 20.9-minute mark of your video, this was on there, and some way called a complaint on it.
Okay, because some of you may remember this video and some of you may not remember this video, I'm going to cut in here and I'm going to show you the video clip from which this came, and you will see the joke that I was actually trying to set up here with this. This is giving me a very stern warning that this is all proprietary information and that I should not share it with anyone, so sue me. Anyway, let's see. Pretty standard power supply down here. You can pretty much ignore this because this is the export transformer wiring, so we can ignore this bit here. You got your power coming in. Here's your power transformer. Here's the filament winding. Here's the main wire. And that's it. That's it. That's why they came. If you blinked, you would have missed it. Funny, huh? Somebody
Anonymous?
Yes. Called a complaint. So
Not allowed to share who.
this is not something that you guys could have looked at in an office and said, this is complete and utter BS.
We still got to chase it down.
Right. I'm sorry you wasted your time. What can I say? I'm not from ISIS.
I get it. We're getting people that's making online complaints
Yes,
again
sir.
for this.
Right.
You know, they're communicating that to us online, and they're sending us pictures of this.
Have they sent? Do you have any other complaints?
No.
Okay.
No, this is it.
That's it.
We're not out there, you know, we just don't have the time to do everybody's.
I'm sorry you guys had to do this. You have better. You have actual criminals. You should be out doing something about. Sirs, I will blur your faces. I understand.
I understand. I will.
Would just take it off, or at least do something with it, or put something that's a practical joke or something. So there's people out there that take this stuff serious.
I can't understand what, because I saw a couple of there were a couple of comments on it, and I was like, "Are you guys? You really think I'm serious? Like you didn't get the joke? Like."
Yeah,
Like,
we saw the comment.
So you saw like what happened before that, and it was obviously a joke.
Well, we didn't know if someone hacked your account.
Right. Okay.
Which is totally possible.
Crazy though.
We didn't know that if you did it, which you're saying you did, so please don't. I mean, just because.
Well,
I got better things to do. We got better things to do.
Then yeah. But you can X this one off your list though. So this joke is an X.
Right.
So, okay. Well, just don't come back for this particular joke, and then you'll be fine.
So you're under arrest for your poor joke choice?
I can't guarantee there won't be another one though. But just the Jefferson County sheriffs and 2 FBI agents, not one but 2 FBI agents,
But
absolutely unbelievable.
please, we have better things to do than track.
Absolutely you do.
We knew.
Absolutely you do.
We had an idea that it was probably just either someone hacked your account or it was a joke. It was
I'm a joker, so you know.
So, I mean, it's not the first time we've been on this street for various things, but
On this street?
Yeah.
For the same stuff?
No, different complaint, but I've been on the street for a complaint.
Okay. Not this house though.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, we had somebody on the street that we had to talk to because they were threatened.
Right.
So we was telling them we were informing them they had a threat against them.
Wow. Like an online threat? I'm sorry?
I won't tell you with that camera on.
Okay. I'll turn it off.
I won't tell you with the voice.
Okay, so a lot to unpack with that. First of all, they made it clear that they had a complaint, that the complaint was anonymous. They couldn't tell me who had complained about the thing that was shown on one of my videos. I was showing a schematic from an amplifier, and the transformer had taps on it for like, if you're in Europe or you're in Australia or whatever. And I kind of made a quip, like we're not going to use those or something like that, and kind of brushed them off. And then, the joke that followed, which apparently was the worst joke ever. was that ISIS is telling you anonymous, ISIS is claiming responsibility for the telling you that you should just stay home because the world's a dangerous place. I thought it was kind of funny in an esoteric kind of a way. I don't know why. Just because when I was doing the editing, sometimes I'll add in little jokes when I'm editing, because what you do is you film something and then you come back to your editing. And then, you might throw in a little joke here. It makes you think of something or reminds you of something like, oh, that was kind of funny. So you might dig up a video clip or something and you do a cutaway or whatever. But there I thought, I thought it was kind of funny the way I had said it in the video. Like, oh, don't worry about those. You're never going to go there anyway. You're never going to go to Europe. You're never going to go to Australia. We're not going to worry about those right now. The primary taps on the transformer. So it was a silly joke. It was actually a pretty dumb joke. It's probably one of the dumber jokes that I've made, which maybe is what confused people. But at the same time, I thought it was fairly obvious that it was an attempt at a joke and wasn't something that was meant to be taken seriously. But apparently I was wrong. Either that or there are some people who are watching my channel maybe looking for things that they can report me to the FBI over because they simply don't like who I am or what I stand for or what I say or whatever. And that is probably just as likely as somebody coming along who doesn't know anything at all about my channel, who doesn't know my sense of humor, doesn't know the kinds of things that I will throw in a video just randomly, and just saw it and thought, oh no, ISIS has somehow hacked into his video. I mean, that's the only way that you could possibly think that I was some sort of an ISIS threat or some kind of ISIS collaborator or whatever, that I'm putting up subliminal messages promoting ISIS. I mean, come on. And I did notice, like on the video, like after I had made it, that a couple people were like, hey, what's that all about at such and such timestamp? You know, what is that? You know, I'm scared and stuff like this. Or, you know, and I'm like, I don't even answer those questions because it's like, dude, watch it again. You'll figure it out. It's not that difficult. I was talking about, you know, the international taps on the transformer, you know, and I said, don't worry about those. And then it pops up, okay, ISIS. Here's why you don't worry about those, because you just need to stay at home because, you know, ISIS has made the world unsafe or whatever. Stupid, I know, but still extremely innocuous. Something that easily could have been handled in someone's office. You know, someone could have looked this up and said, yeah, that's dumb. That's not a credible threat.
Stop wasting my time.
You know, I understand the mentality of coming out anyway, like if you really don't know. But had they watched more than even 5 seconds of another one of my videos, they would understand, oh, this dude, he does electronics. He's got a bit of a sense of humor. He's kind of a jokester. He's harmless. But why waste your time? Why waste your time, FBI resources, coming to a guy's house for a 2-second snippet in a video that's clearly meant to be a joke if you don't have an IQ below 70? And I'm serious. I'm talking directly to the guys who didn't get the joke or who didn't back it up a couple of times before calling the FBI. It's like you could have backed up the video a couple of times. Okay, what does he mean there? What is this? You know, because clearly I made the video. I'm the one who put it in there, and it was meant to be a joke. There's actually a couple more jokes earlier in the video. One of them was I was showing some squirrels in my neighbor's chimney, and it did a quick cutaway. One of them was like holding a gun to his head, and maybe that was it. Maybe it was like the squirrel with the gun to his head. Like the squirrels were going to take care of themselves rather than, you know, wait for me or the neighbor to take care of the squirrels in the chimney, whatever. It was just silly stuff, silly, random. You're going to get silly, random stuff on this channel. I'm sorry to say, if you can't handle it, then fuck off. Go somewhere else. Watch somebody else's channel. But honestly, I don't need you calling the FBI on me because I make some esoteric joke that you don't understand. Fast forward past that part if you don't like that part. But to call the FBI, just stupid. Plumb stupid. If it's somebody who was stupid, then that I can understand, and that's almost forgivable if you're just stupid, because stupid can't be fixed, right?
I'm not a smart man.
But if it's somebody who is just trying to create havoc because they don't like what I stand for, they don't like some of the things I say in some of my videos, they don't like whatever, my politics or whatever it is, then that is abominable. That is something that you really need to inwardly look at and think hard and long about, because you're wasting the resources of the FBI and also my local sheriff's department. They could be out investigating any number of things, but they have to come to some guy's house for something that he put on his YouTube channel, which is clearly innocuous. So anyway, that's it. That is the day that the FBI came to my house. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I have not. This has been one I really haven't wanted to finish because I didn't want to seem like I was criticizing the FBI, because I know, you know, they have a lot of things for which I could criticize them. There are some things that have happened in the FBI's history which are highly suspect, like giving the guys the bombs when they bombed the World Trade Center the first time in '93. They actually gave those guys the bombs. They were supposed to be duds, I suppose, and they gave them real freaking bombs, and then they go and blow up. They tried to blow up the World Trade Center, and it's the FBI's fault. And also during the whole Boston Marathon bomber thing, a couple of FBI agents shot a guy. I think it was in Florida. They were interviewing him in his room, and they just shot him, killed him, and he was unarmed. I'm not sure what happened there, but that should be investigated as well. Then you've got the whole Rosenstein thing. You've got these Russia investigations, which clearly are bullshit and are politically motivated. So the FBI is not above suspicion. They are not above critique. And they should be looked into. Somebody needs to be investigating the investigators as far as I'm concerned. However, the two guys who came to my door likely are just doing their job, and I appreciate what they do. I appreciate that there are guys like them who are out there, you know, trying to make a difference in the world. And they are not the people I'm concerned about. The people I'm concerned about are the ones who serve the deep state motherfuckers who are basically trying to control the planet. So maybe that's why. Maybe that thought right there is why they actually showed up and didn't say, oh, maybe this guy is innocuous. Maybe it's stuff like that I say, you know, when I say, yeah, we do need people to investigate the investigators. Maybe that's why they showed up. But maybe they don't like that. You know, I've called for no violence. I've called for nobody to do anything to anybody. I'm just a guy in a freaking basement making videos about electronics, about guitars, about buying and selling guitars, about, you know, all kinds of things having to do with the guitar. I don't want to make videos about the FBI showing up at my door, but this is one occasion where I've had to, and it's kind of sad, to be honest. Kind of freaking sad. But anyway, that's the world we live in, I suppose. We live in a world where people will actually dox others because they don't agree with something they said in a forum. Or they don't agree with something they were protesting about on the street, or you know, or they will SWAT people, which means calling in SWAT teams and saying, hey, I've got hostages, I'm at such and such address, and then, you know, basically SWAT teams burst into somebody else's house and like destroy their stuff. And in at least one occasion, they've actually killed a guy that way. So this is dangerous shit you're playing with. I don't know who reported me, or what you were fucking thinking, or how stupid you actually are. But hey, what am I gonna do about it? I guess now I have an FBI file. It didn't seem very thick. It seemed like it was maybe only a millimeter or so thick. So I guess that's good. Anyway, that's all for today. We'll see you guys later.
Last winter, the FBI was praised for its speed in cracking the case of the World Trade Center bombing and bringing 4 suspects to trial. Now, there is some evidence that the FBI may have known of the plot in advance through an informant and might even have stopped the bombing that killed 6 people. Correspondent Jacqueline Adams has the story.
FBI agents might have been able to prevent last February's deadly explosion at New York's World Trade Center. They discussed secretly substituting harmless powder for the explosives, but they didn't, according to the FBI's own informant, Imad Salem. Unbeknownst to the FBI at the time, Salem recorded many of his conversations with his handlers.
I believe so strongly in mayonnaise.